Hi everyone, it's me. Welcome to today's video. Today we are doing round 2 of this very fun video where I decide what you are going to read next. So again, a twist on one of the favorite videos that we do here on this channel, but I'm going to use my TBR jar to decide what you're going to read next. So a couple days ago, I did request for you guys to send me photos of your current physical TBRs, and I've received a lot of them, okay? I've received so many photos of your TBRs and I'm so excited, so happy to see all of them. So we're gonna try and rapid fire as many of these as we can today. So number 1, we can look at as many of your TBRs as possible because I just want to see what you guys have in your physical TBRs. And number 2, so I can help as many of you guys as I can in terms of your next read. So you know the drill. For every TBR that we see today, I'm gonna pick a TBR prompt and use that TBR prompt to choose what you read next. So let's just get straight into the first one. Okay, first up we have Maddie's TBR. I honestly just love how compact this is. I wish my TBR was this size because then it would give me more room to go book shopping, and book shopping is so much fun. But while my physical TBR is almost not manageable at the moment, yours very much is, and I'm already seeing so many books that I want you to dive into. Like, do I want you to get into the Poppy War right off the bat, or do we want to start with some Schwab? We also have some incredible TJR books over here, some Leigh Bardugo. My Husband's Wife was such an entertaining thriller as well. So we have a lot of books we could go with here. You have some romances I'm seeing too, and I feel like spring going into summer is a great time to read romance as well. Let's see what the jar picks for you. Okay, we're starting with a blue prompt. Okay, this prompt says, an author you've never read. So obviously I don't know what you have not read, but I know what I have not read. So I'm going to apply that rule to me. So I'm gonna pick a book from an author on your TBR, but one that I haven't read. So immediately my mind is jumping to We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kliewer. I've heard quite a bit about this book. I think it's a thriller horror kind of a book. Hold on, I'm gonna look up the actual plot synopsis for this because I have heard some pretty good things about this book and also some pretty mixed things about this book, but it is one that does intrigue me a little bit. So if we get you to read this one, you can let me know how this one goes and tell me if I should read it. So we follow homeowners and their lives are turned upside down when the house's previous residents unexpectedly visit. As a young queer couple who flip houses, Charlie and Eve can't believe the killer deal they've gotten on an old house in a picturesque neighborhood. I love the little sneaking in of killer deal in there. Throws in a little bit of, you know, horror thriller in there. As they're working in the house one day, there's a knock on the door. A man stands there with his family, claiming to have lived there years before and asking if it would be all right if he showed his kids around. People pleaser to a fault. Eve lets them in. As soon as the strangers enter their home, inexplicable things start happening, including the family's youngest child going missing and a ghostly presence materializing in the basement. Even more weird, the family can't seem to take the hint that their visit should be over, and when Charlie suddenly vanishes, Eve slowly loses her grip on reality. Something is terribly wrong with the house and the visiting family. Or is Eve just imagining things? Okay, that's what I'm gonna read from the synopsis immediately. That intrigues me, but also I have so many questions, like how long are these people staying in the house? Are they having like a sleepover? Because from the synopsis, it sounds that way. At first, it sounds like, oh, maybe they're just letting them in for a tour and then stuff starts happening afterwards. But then the fact that the synopsis said the family can't seem to take the hint that their visit should be over is signifying to my brain that they're there for an extended period of time. Like they're not leaving. Are they literally having a sleepover? Oh my goodness, you need to read that. Fun fact, at my parents' house, the owners who previously lived there actually did a similar thing. I mean, not in a horror way, thankfully, but the previous owners used to visit our house all the time when I was a kid, and they just wanted to like see things because they did some renovations. They like redid the floors, they redid the walls and everything, and I think they just wanted to see what the house looked like. And so they visited quite a few times. I remember this, like even as a kid, I felt weird about it because I'm like, who are these weird people just like walking around our house and like looking at our walls and our floors and stuff? But that is a thing that happens, and I have real life experience with it. So the fact that that's the premise of what starts this horror novel is really, really intriguing to me, but maybe might hit too close to home because like I'm okay, and the previous owners who used to visit our house were just kind of normal, well-meaning people, but imagine if they weren't. So yeah, I'm gonna give you We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kliewer. Good luck with that one. Maddie, please let me know how this one goes because I'm intrigued. All right, next up we have Amanda. Okay, the size of your TBR looks a little bit more like my size of TBR. Also, this TBR cart looks like super wide. Like, look how many books were fitting across here. That is impressive. I feel like this is like double the width of a regular TBR utility cart. So first things first, where did you get this cart? Why did I zoom so far in? Oh my goodness. Because I feel like I probably need to upgrade my cart to your size of cart. I am seeing some completed series here. So I'm seeing you've read the first Ember Quartet book, it looks like, because it's missing from this box set. We have some fun things like the Belladonna series, the One Dark Window duology, Vicious and Vengeful. Oh, you got Homebound in your book of the month. That's amazing. Okay, The Last Contract of Isako, of course. Oh, you have an absolute stacked TBR. There is so much to choose from. Okay, your prompt though. Let's pick one for you. We got another blue prompt. This says 3-word title. I feel like with prompts like this, we have flexibility with it, but almost not. I feel like some of these 3-word title, 2-word title, 4-word title prompts are sometimes more difficult than they seem or appear at first. Let's look for some 3-word titles. We'll start here at the top. See, I want to give you The Last Contract of Isako, but that is a full 5-word title, and that is much too long. The Book Witch is 3 words. I haven't read that one, but it is by Meg Schaefer, who is an author that I have decided that I love because I read The Wishing Game from her, and that was just, it was such a cozy, feel-good time. There's also Hemlock and Silver is 3 words by T. Kingfisher. I'm gonna be honest, wasn't like a full fan of this one. I loved the start of it. I loved the banter and I just loved the humor style, but I feel like the story just went in a direction that I kind of didn't want it to go. So felt kind of bored with the second half of that one, if I'm gonna be completely honest. You know what's 3 words though? Just clicked in my head, One Dark Window, 3-word title right there. And guess what's also a 3-word title? Two Twisted Crowns, the sequel. Okay, yeah, that is a strong contender. Oh, you also have 3 Shattered Souls by My Corland, which could be an incredible option because that would help you finish a trilogy. Oh, you have Verity Guild too. That's definitely 2 words and not 3. But that's My Corland's new release, just very recently came out. I haven't even gone to pick it up yet, so I'm kind of jealous that you have that on your TBR right now. I kind of want that on my TBR. Wait, this go away I'm reading sign is actually so cute. I love that you just have that on your TBR. We're gonna stick to those 2 options that I spotted. So either One Dark Window or 3 Shattered Souls. Oh, what do I want you to do? You know what? I'm gonna help you out a bit, okay? I'm gonna give you 3 Shattered Souls. I feel like it's time for you to finish this trilogy. I don't know when you read the first and second books, obviously, so I don't know if this is something you've been putting off for a little while or if you've just finished the second book and you're really excited and in the best place to pick up the third. But I'm gonna give you 3 Shattered Souls as your next TBR read. This is the 3rd book to 5 Broken Blades, or the Broken Blades trilogy. It's a really fun romantasy series that honestly feels different to other romantasy series because it is a multi-POV book, and because of that, we don't really just have one main romance that we're following through the romantasy. We have a few different pairings with all different tropes, and the tensions in this book are actually really fun to read because the premise of it is we're following 6 different different. They're either assassins or strong arms or poison maidens, just kind of typically untrustworthy people, but they've all been hired by a mysterious source to assassinate the king of their enemy kingdom. And so these characters, these 6 people who tend to work by themselves, who tend to not trust anyone around them, are forced to try and figure out how to work with each other and how to trust each other to pull off this infiltrating the enemy kingdom heist, take the king down, which is a very difficult task, obviously. So because of the initial premise of this, tensions are obviously high. These books are filled with so much betrayal, so many plot twists, so definitely a fun trilogy. And yeah, because you're right there at the end, I'm gonna give you 3 shattered souls. So have fun with that one. Amanda, let me know how it goes. All right, next up, Taylor, we have, oh, this is such a cute pink TBR card. Every time I see someone with a TBR card that's colored, I'm like, why did I get white? It's so boring. Me with all white bookshelves behind me and a white rug and like white furniture. I'm so like boring. But I do like a good splash of color every once in a while. Like my mouse, pink. My keyboard, pink. So maybe I need to invest in a pink TBR card, actually. So on first glance, what do I want to aim for you? Okay, I'm seeing you're a romance lover. I'm seeing you're a romantasy lover. I keep seeing this Half City book by Kate Golden. Is that her last name? I keep seeing it everywhere on all of my feeds, on all of my social medias. And so I'm curious, definitely curious about this one. Not Quite Dead Yet is a fun one by Holly Jackson, but I'm not sure if it's thriller season. I'm not sure. Not me saying it's not thriller season when the first book I picked in this video was a horror thriller. Oh, speaking of, you actually have We Used to Live Here too. Should we get you to buddy read with Maddie from our first pick? Okay, you have The Road of Bones. That's also on my TBR. Definitely want to get to that one. Oh, you're in the middle of the ACOTAR series. You've got A Court of Mist and Fury to read next, which is actually when that series gets good. So that could definitely be an option as well. And then down here, oh, I've heard about The Exorcism of Fairies. I feel like because Bestie Bailey just screams about that book. She loves it so much. But yeah, okay, I'm seeing some more romantasy, some dark romance or like dark romantasy, and you actually have Hemlock and Silver here as well. Well, if I pick my like popular book or viral book prompt from the TBR, that would give us a clear winner from your TBR, I think. But, ooh. We actually, in fact, picked the exact opposite prompt. I picked Unknown Book for You. So this is a book that hasn't really trended on social media, that we don't really see very much, or, you know, a book that I haven't heard of. I actually don't know what this Black Sheep book here is. I don't know if it's popular. I don't know if it's just maybe a genre that I don't read, so I haven't heard of it, but it's definitely an unknown book to me. I think I've heard of most of these. Hold on, let's zoom in a little bit more. What is this? How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. I actually haven't heard of that one, but from the title, that sounds kind of fun. And on the bottom shelf, is there anything here that I haven't heard of? I haven't heard of this Woven by Gold book or Soul of Shadow. Okay, so I'm gonna look up this How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. Okay, this book is by Django Wexler. It has 19,000 ratings on Goodreads, which doesn't scream completely unknown to me, but definitely isn't like a very popular book. It's not like 100,000 ratings. Looks like it's the start of a series. The premise says Groundhog Day meets Guardians of the Galaxy in Django Wexler's laugh out loud fantasy tale about a young woman who, tired of defending humanity from the Dark Lord, decides to become the Dark Lord herself. Davy has done this all before. She's tried to be the hero and take down the all-powerful Dark Lord 100 times. She's rallied humanity and made the final charge, but the time loop always gets her in the end. Sometimes she's killed quickly, sometimes it takes a while, but she's been defeated every time. This time, she's done being the hero and done stuck being in this endless time loop. If the Dark Lord always wins, then maybe that's who she needs to be. It's Davy's turn to play on the winning side. Honestly, that sounds like so much fun. I love a time loop kind of a book where you're repeating the same kind of situation or simulation multiple times. I don't know what the case is in this book, if it is a simulation or if something else is happening, but honestly, sounds like a funny, fun, good time to me. The main genres are fantasy and humor. Let's look up this other one that I haven't heard of before though. Black Sheep. Okay, I think it's this one by Alexa Harlowe and Brynne Weaver. Oh, it's a Brynne Weaver book too. Okay, this one has actually 17,000 ratings. This one looks like it's another kind of a serial killer romance. I guess it's probably in the same genre as the other Brynne Weaver books. What are they called again? Butcher and Blackbird. I think I'm gonna go with the Dark Lord book. I think that just sounds like a really fun, good time. Honestly, it sounds unique. I like the time loop idea. Let me know how that one goes. How to become the Dark Lord and die trying. Okay, we're looking at Elizabeth's TBR next. Yours is kind of stacked perfectly. Like every book in here just fits. You've got the Bone season up here to dive into, the Poppy War. Oh my goodness, all of you guys, everyone immediately who has the Poppy War in your physical TBR, read it. Okay, so if I don't get to your photo today, but you do have the Poppy War in your TBR, that's the one I'm choosing for you. Officially, we're making that official. Oh, you also have the Will of the Many, but that's not a complete series. So you could hold off on that one because you can't finish that series just yet. Oh, you have Atmosphere. Should we make you cry? Maybe we should make you cry. What is this really long one? Broken by Daylight by Elizabeth something. Why is that longer than the Will of the Many? I've heard really wonderful things about Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. I haven't read this one. I read Blue Sisters by her. Would definitely be curious about Cleopatra because I think I actually have heard better things about Cleopatra and Frankenstein over Blue Sisters, so that could be a good one. Oh, To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. That one's on my physical TBR as well. I'm really curious about that one. It's like a dystopian type of a book, but let's see what the prompt says for you. Why are we picking like all blue prompts? Actually, the first three were like my turquoise blue. This one is more of a pure blue, but this one says, I actually haven't looked at it. What does it say? Food on cover. Food on cover. Do you have any books that have food on the cover? Kind of hard for me to tell because I can only see the spines here, but are there any covers that I know of here? This could be interesting. What is this? And they were roommates? For some reason, I have a feeling this might have food on the cover. I don't know why. It's just a vibe I'm feeling right now. Do any of these have food on the cover? Oh, maybe Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Does that have food on the cover? It's possible. I feel like with some of these cartoon cover designs, sometimes there's a little bit of like a snack that's included on the cover as well. Oh my goodness, this is the most pixelated photo of all time. I don't know if that's coming through on camera, but I just opened like the Goodreads photo and it's so pixelated. I'm actually just gonna grab my physical copy so I can check myself. Okay, let's see what we have here. There's no food on the cover. We have our FMC, we have our MMC. They're both sitting on chairs and they're both kind of taking notes on notepads. And we have a dog, but there's no food on the cover. I thought there would be because there is kind of a part of the story where they eat lunch together without, you know, saying too much about that and spoiling part of the book. There is an emphasis on like eating lunch. So I was thinking that there might be some lunch food on the cover, but I guess not. Okay, what is this? And They Were Roommates book. Let's see if that one has food on the cover. Okay, also very pixelated image, but definitely looks like no food on the cover on this one. Oh no. Okay, wait, we might have to give, oh wait, what's this? A Pirate's Life for Tea? Does it say tea? Does tea count as food? Hold on, I'm gonna look this one up. What? There's no tea on the cover. That's rude. How can you call your book A Pirate's Life for Tea and not have tea on the cover? I mean, I'm not seeing it on this very pixelated image. Maybe there is actually one, but you know what? I'm gonna actually choose this one for you because it does, like tea, the word is on the cover. It's not a picture of tea, and tea is not necessarily a food. It's actually more of a beverage, but it's the closest I can get to the prompt. Okay, so we're gonna do for you A Pirate's Life for Tea by Rebecca Thorne. This is book 2 in the Tomes and Tea series, which honestly sounds like a great time. Okay, so the first book in the series is called Can't Spell Treason Without Tea. Oh, I have heard of this one. I don't really know what it's about though. I'm assuming it is some sort of a cozy fantasy. It says all Raina and Keonth want to do is to open a bookshop that serves tea. Yeah, sounds cozy already. Rhaena works as one of the queen's private guards, and Kianth is the most powerful mage in existence. Leaving their lives isn't so easy, but after an assassin takes Rhaena hostage, she decides she's thoroughly done risking her life for a self-centered queen. Meanwhile, Kianth has been waiting for a chance to flee responsibly, all the better that her girlfriend is on board. Together, they settle in Tawny, a town that boasts more dragons than people. Oh, I love it. And open the shop of their dreams. What follows is a cozy tale of mishaps, mysteries, and a murderous queen throwing the realm's biggest temper tantrum in a story brimming with hurt comfort and quiet fireside conversations. These two women will discover just what they mean to each other. So yeah, this is a sapphic, fantasy, cozy, romantic story, it sounds like, and you're gonna read it. That's honestly the best we could do for food on the cover, okay? So Elizabeth, have a great, cozy, fun pirate tea time with that one. Next up, this is such an organized book stack. Thank you for just putting them here for me. This is Alexandra's book stack. This version of the Rose Bargain is so pretty. I don't think the normal book spine is like that. This is the first time I've seen this golden spine for the Rose Bargain. It's so pretty. You also have some incredible reads in the stack. Okay, are we gonna give you like a nice fun time, or are we gonna break your heart with this next read? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Chose another blue prompt. This one says real world. This one's gonna be real easy because you have quite a few real world books here. So we could go romance. We could go sad. I feel like The Nightingale is wonderful. Okay, it's a wonderful read, but I feel like because we're getting into like the spring season, actually I don't know where you live. Maybe you're in Australia and maybe you're going into the fall, but I just feel like with the spring, maybe The Nightingale's not the best pick for this particular time. The 7-Year Slip would honestly be a great read for right now, but you know what? I'm going to give you The Correspondent. I'm going to give you The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. I do feel like it is a nice spring read for some reason. Like there's nothing in particular that points to spring, but maybe it's the kind of starting a new cycle, kind of rebirth, because The Correspondent follows an older woman, Sybil. She's in her 70s, and we see through her letters, only her letters, that's how the entire story is told, how someone, you know, at her age and at her stage in life can still learn things, can still change, and that's one of the main things that we see her go through. So I feel like that matches spring. You know what I mean? Just the finding a new side of you, learning things, growing and changing at any stage in your life. I feel like that is just a very, very spring thing to do. This book I obviously loved. It was a full 5-star for me. I thought it was so masterfully done, and I think you're gonna love it. I do think you're gonna love it. So that's gonna be your read. Have fun with that one, Alexandra. Let me know if it makes you cry. I love how I said I was gonna speed run these and we've only done 5 TBRs, but okay, let's try and like pick up the pace, Jamie. You can do it. This is Anna's TBR, and oh my goodness, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I love this little coffee cup here. That is adorable. And this edition of Little Women is gorgeous. I love that. Does this count as your TBR, or is this just here for like the decoration? Because I see this row of books that is like truly TBR books, and I don't know if this is on your TBR or if it's just there for vibes, you know what I mean? But either way, Little Women I feel like is more of a fall winter read. So let's focus on this bottom shelf here, even though that top shelf is adorable. But let's see what the prompt says. Why did I pick another blue one? Is that just the rule for today? We're only picking blue prompts. Wait, didn't we already get this prompt? Did I throw it back in here, or do I actually have this prompt twice? I have this prompt twice. I have 2 prompts that say an author you've never read. You know what? I'm gonna throw this prompt out. I don't want double prompts in my TBR jar, and I'm actually gonna pick a fresh prompt for you. Okay, we got a pink one, finally. Color change. This one says, okay, a 1-word title. Immediately, Belladonna. That was easy. I think that is actually the only 1-word title here on your TBR. So really easy pick. Belladonna by Adalyn Grace was such a fun read for me. I did really, really love this trilogy. I always describe it as if Once Upon a Broken Heart met kind of gothic ghosts. It has very similar vibes as Once Upon a Broken Heart in terms of, number one, the ages and kind of personalities of the characters we're following, and number two, also has that same very descriptive, whimsical writing. I think Adalyn Grace is just the gothic counterpart to Stephanie Garber. Like, their writing and their storytelling is very much the same, but Adalyn Grace is just like a little bit more gothic, a little bit more horror, but not like to horror where it's just like so gory. It's still definitely on the whimsy side, but we have like ghosts in the story. We have a murder mystery going on in the plot, but we also at the same time have like Regency era Bridgerton courting vibes and gossip amongst society. And we follow a character that really just wants to wear pretty dresses and find a husband, but she can't because she has been haunted her entire life by death itself, and she has this affinity with poisons, and because of all of this, she's constantly in her life, constantly being tied up with, yeah, all of these ghostly things, ghostly entities, murder mystery, and all of that, but she just wants a boy. She just wants a man, but it's such a fun read. I love it so much. Enjoy Belladonna. Next up, we have M. I love the mushroom. That's the same little mushroom that I have on my shelf behind me. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite jelly cats. You have some really great books here to get into as well. Also some I haven't heard of. Like, what is this? Her Hidden... I don't know the last word in that title. Let's pick a fun prompt. Ooh, we got a yellow one. This one says, historical read. Immediately, I think you only have one historical here that I see, I think, and that is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So that is going to be your pick. That was also another really easy one. We didn't even really have to deliberate because there was only one kind of standout real option for the prompt. I think we all know what Atmosphere is about at this point, but yeah, we followed Joan. She is one of the first female astronauts to work in this program with NASA, and we follow her story as she chases her dreams, but also finds love in many different ways, and we explore that. That's all I'm going to say about Atmosphere. You just need to dive into it and let Miss Taylor Jenkins Reid tell you the story. Also let me know how this one affects you emotionally, because this is like one of my biggest book cries of all time. And this and Burning God by R.F. Kuang, I think to this day, are still my biggest book cries. So good luck with your emotions, grab your box of tissues, and enjoy Atmosphere. We have Emily. Next, we have another M. So, oh, this is a cool TBR color. It's like a gray. I don't think I've seen anyone else with this TBR color before. Let's see what you're going to read. Another blue prompt. We're back on the blues. Okay, adapted to screen. Let's go through and see what you have on here that could be options. Ooh, you have Arcana Academy. I don't think that's been adapted to screen, but it's just a book that intrigues me as well and I haven't read. Oh my goodness, you have Voice of the Ocean by Kelsey and Peach. This was on my reads list, reads I wanted to get to last year and just never picked it up and still haven't picked it up. So it's kind of fallen off my radar, and we can't pick that one for you because it hasn't been adapted to screen. But Emily, if you do end up reading Voice of the Ocean, please let me know how it is. What do we have here? Adapted to screen. Adapted to screen. I'm not quite seeing anything that's jumping out to me. I wish A Gathering of Shadows was adapted to screen. I feel like that would be such a great one to watch. Also, Vicious would be so cool. Have any of these been adapted to screen? Am I just missing something? Am I missing something so obvious? Is anyone screaming at me right now, being like, Jamie, pick that one? I don't know. Nothing's jumping out at me. I might need to do a second prompt for you. The second prompt for you is 2-word title. We're getting all of like the count word title prompts today. Okay, this one I feel like is more manageable. Oh, I guess we could do Arcana Academy. That's 2 words. It's another book I haven't read though. I feel like I've been picking a lot of books I haven't read in this video. What else? What is this? Lose? I can't read sideways. I'm not gonna try, but that looks like it's 2 words, whatever it is. The Sun and the Star Maker. This looks really pretty. It's definitely not 2 words, but looks like a really, really pretty book. I think I haven't read Arcana Academy, but I'm gonna have you read Arcana Academy. That's the one that's jumping out to me right now, and if this was my TBR, that's the one I would pick. So this is by Elise Kova. I'm pretty sure this is an academy setting fantasy. I mean, it's called Arcana Academy. I feel like it's not necessarily difficult to match 2 and 2 together. We follow Clara. She has survived the underworld of Eclipse City through thievery, luck, and a whole lot of illegal magic. Okay, a job goes awry. Clara is sentenced to a lifetime in prison for inking tarot cards, a rare power reserved for practitioners at the elite Arcana Academy. Just when it seems her luck has run dry, the Academy's enigmatic headmaster, Prince Kalis, offers her an escape for a price. Kalis believes that Clara is the perfect tool to help him steal a tarot card from the king and use it to recreate an all-powerful card long lost to time. In order to conceal her identity and keep her close, Kalis brings Clara to Arcana Academy, introducing her as the newest first-year student and his bride-to-be. Okay, so we have like forced arranged marriage, we have academy setting, and we have tarot cards. That sounds really fun to me. I honestly haven't read too many tarot card books outside of One Dark Window, which isn't really tarot cards, but it's kind of tarot card inspired. That honestly sounds really good. Reading that synopsis has bumped this up on my radar. Maybe I need to pick it up at some point as well and add it to my physical TBR. Arcana Academy is what you're gonna read. So Emily, let me know how it is. I'm needing all of you to update me on how these books are once you get to them. Next up, Hannah. What? This TBR is gorgeous. What is going on here? Oh my gosh, I want my TBR to look like this. All of this up here, stunning. Oh my goodness, this is like a books you read this year count. It says Hannah's library. It has your book count. Where did you get this? Did you make this or did you get this from somewhere? Because I immediately want one. Let's look at the books you have down here. Also such a great size TBR. Great job. Lots of fun book of the months I'm seeing here. Definitely a fantasy and romantasy lover. And you are going to read, good luck, you're getting a long book. Honestly, none of these books look too long, so maybe you're lucky in that way. The thickest ones I'm seeing here are Bloodbound and Stolen Midnights. I think I'm gonna give you Bloodbound. I think I am. I've been hearing some good things about this romantasy. This is by Ellis Hunter, and I think someone in our Patreon book club actually recently read this and was like, guys, this is incredible. It's like a god tier book. So this is another one. I'm just sending you guys all out to scout out these books for me right now. Okay, so this is book 1 in the Cursed Covenant. So we have witches. Just gonna read the quick blurb for this one, but it says a debut high stakes fantasy romance trilogy set against a once in a generation duel to the death between rival witches and dragon riders. What? As they battle to control the source of all magic in their kingdom. Perfect for fans of Fourth Wing, Throne of Glass, and Quicksilver. You got witches against dragon riders. That's kind of the best of all the worlds, isn't it? I do remember seeing this one on Book of the Month, and I feel like I've been trying to like not pick up as many romantasies these days because I am feeling romantasy fatigue at the moment. And so yeah, I've kind of stopped picking the romantasy option on Book of the Month and going more for the lit fic or contemporary fiction options on Book of the Month instead. But I've been hearing really, really great things about Bloodbound and like witches versus dragon riders plus a probable romance between a witch and a dragon rider. Sounds like a lot of fun. Honestly, love that it's a debut too, and love that this debut is getting so much love because we love supporting debut authors as well. So Hannah, have fun with Bloodbound. Please report back and also let me know where you got this. Books read this year counter, because I want one, and give us tips on how to style your TBRs. Okay, next up, Lisa. I love the display of books that you have kind of spilling out of your TBR here. Honestly, definitely can relate. Okay, let's pick a prompt for you. We have a happy book. Okay, congratulations. I usually like to make people cry, but I guess I'm gonna make you happy today. Let's see what we have here. Oh, you have Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. Those are books that I haven't read, but I've heard some really great things. These are cozy fantasies where I think ogres open a like bookshop, coffee shop hybrid, and they just kind of talk about their coffee shop. And like, I don't know what else happens in this book, but I've heard it is just really, really cozy. So definitely could be a happy read there. Down here, these are all kind of happy, sad books. Like they'll be high stakes, they'll get you into your feelings, and some of them might be happy in the end, but some won't. Once Upon a Broken Heart could be happy vibes, but also I feel like we definitely go through ups and downs with emotions in that one. I guess these Elsie Silver books you would probably say are happy. I'm gonna give you Legends and Lattes. Again, going with the theme of this entire video, Lisa, please report back to me on how you like Legends and Lattes. I've been curious about this one for a while. It looks like you're also really set up because you have 3 books already to read in the series. So yeah, start with Legends and Lattes. Let me know how it is. Let me know if it really is like cozy. Let me know if it's like a little bit too boring because it's too cozy, or let me know if it's cozy in a good way. Shall we try to squeeze in a few more? Okay, let's try and rapid fire. We have Savannah next. Oh my goodness, you have a song to drown rivers. You have a song to drown rivers. Okay, we're gonna try and get that for you. Please fit a song to drown rivers. Oh, this prompt says TBR wheel. It's actually a new one I've recently added to my TBR jar. I'm not going to use this one because this is just me spinning my TBR wheel to get a book off of my TBR, and obviously that's not going to work for this exercise here. So we're going to redraw, and we have picked a trilogy. Okay, so I guess this could be either first book in a trilogy, second book in a trilogy, or third book in a trilogy. It just has to be a trilogy. So I guess A Song to Drown Rivers is out because that is very much a standalone. Okay, let's see what you have here in terms of trilogies. Nightbane by Alex Astor. Is this a trilogy or is it not? I feel like I've lost track on how long this series is. I have never read a Lightlark book, but I just see a lot of them. I don't know if it's technically still a trilogy and if the other books are kind of novella bonus material or if they're part of the main series. I don't know, but I'm gonna assume that's not a trilogy anymore. We have some standalones here. We have some classics that are very much standalones. Let's go down a shelf. These are also standalones as far as I know, as far as I can tell. Oh, The Strength of the Few. James Islington did decide to make The Will of the Many a 4-book series, so it's no longer a trilogy, but it originally was. Savannah. Savannah. You're gonna read The Poppy War. You're gonna read The Poppy War. It's the only trilogy that I can see on your TBR, so this isn't even me just being like brutal and making you cry and forcing you to go on this really rough but amazing, incredible journey, but it was my only option. I've been backed into a corner. This is the only book I could pick for you, and it's The Poppy War. Don't think I need to go over the synopsis of this one because I've talked about this book like so many times, but yeah, enjoy the brutality of this fantasy world, of this journey to war and what happens when people are forced to do terrible things in war, and see how they toe the line of morally gray versus morally black versus, you know, like how far do you go? How far is too far? Good luck, Savannah. Okay, we have Eric's book stack next. Love the organization. We have a lot of black and blue books here. I like kind of your color scheme that you have going on here. Oh, you have The Count of Monte Cristo on your TBR, which you guys know is also on my TBR. Maybe we'll get you to read that one too. Okay, this one says silver on cover. I'm gonna kind of translate this one to say silver on spine because I can only see your book spines, obviously, but is that silver? That's silver. Is it gold? It's hard to tell in this kind of lighting from the photo, but to me, it looks silver. Actually, is it gold? Because this looks silver. This Empire of Silence looks true silver, and this compared to this, that looks kind of gold. No! It has to be silver, right? It has to be silver. Okay, wait, what else do we have here? Morningstar? Does that have silver on the cover? I don't know what this edition is. This edition looks different than my edition, right? Yeah. That's different than my edition, so I don't know if there's silver on that cover. There's definitely not silver on the spine, though. It's just blue, black, and white. This is the most obvious silver book to me, but I want you to read The Count of Monte Cristo. Okay, Eric, this is what we're gonna do. If you can confirm that The Count of Monte Cristo is silver, like this text right here, if it's silver, my pick for you is The Count of Monte Cristo, okay? But if it's gold, I guess we'll go with Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio, because that's like definitely silver. But what is Empire of Silence? Is this something I should know about? It looks like something I should probably know about. Oh, this is book 1 in the Sun Eater series, which is actually a series that a lot of you guys have been recommending for me to read, because a lot of you guys have said if I loved Red Rising, I would probably love reading the Sun Eater series as well. So this looks like book 1 of that series. So it's another sci-fi space opera series, I'm pretty sure. This one follows Hadrian Marlowe, a man revered as a hero and despised as a murderer, chronicles his tale in the galaxy-spanning debut of the Sun Eater series, merging the best of space opera and epic fantasy. Okay, yeah, definitely sounds very much like a Red Rising comp. A lot of you guys have been wanting me to read this one. So you know what? In the spirit of sticking to the prompts and just giving you a conclusive pick, I'm gonna give you Empire of Silence. And please report back along with everyone else. Please let me know how this one goes for you. I would love to get your thoughts on it, and let me know if this is something I need to dive into too, because yeah, this has been on my radar because a lot of you guys have been recommending this series to me. Anyways, that being said, I think that's all we're gonna have time for today. My camera battery is getting low, which is always my indicator that I need to stop filming and wrap it up. But that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment. If you don't know what to comment down below, let me know if you want to see me do this again, because I know there are so many of you that I just haven't had time to go through. Next time we do this, we're gonna actually try and rapid fire, okay? We're gonna try and break my habits of just lingering too long, and we're gonna actually rapid fire. But yeah, hope you guys liked this one. If you like me, subscribe, do that bell thing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!